Hi, how you guys doing again? I just previously put up the little introduction, but to reiterate, my name is Dimitri. Some call me Rico. It's a more preferable choice. That right there is a whole different story for a whole different day. But however, today I want to just talk a little bit about the past a little bit. So, yeah, I've talked to Black about it. It is what it is. And so, about a couple of days ago, I rekindled with I guess you can call it an old friend. Because to be frankly honest, we had something in middle school, a little fling or something of that nature. And then, since then, we've been cordial and friendly, so I guess you can call her somewhat of a good friend. And so, she messaged me late at night, them type of after hours time. You know, the time when, you feel me, dudes be mad when they miss that you sleep type of text time, like that type of song. I just happened to be up because, I don't sleep at night sometimes. That's a whole different story for a whole different day. Whatever the case may be. And, we met up and everything like that, and I was hoping that now, at the age she is, which is, she's 21, same age as me. And, with expectations that me as a mature man and a ongoing maturing man, because everything has a lot of progression towards it. But that's a different story for a different day. And so I'm more mature at the age I was back then compared to now, and I was hoping that she was. However, unfortunately, it was literally like she grew up, but everything else stayed the same. Like nothing else really had changed about her. And that was the kind of sad part about it. But when that happened, I had a quick realization to myself while I was hanging out with her, because she actually did a few things from her past that she did back then that was, it gave me a bad taste in my mouth when it came to her in certain situations. It made me realize that some things really should stay in the past. And the concept of how people say that, sometimes rekindling the past might sometimes be, I guess in some people's view and or vision, they feel as though that rekindling the past is different. Now, me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I feel as though there's no issue with, starting something from the past. But however, the thing that really starts to reminisce in your head is the fact that a lot of things that happened in the past are still going to be in the present and maybe in the future, because a lot of times people can't or won't, overcome that. I don't know what you would like to call it. I'm not going to say fear or doubt or just ongoing, not little voice in the back of their head of that they're content where they're at. It's like some people don't try to upgrade. Because for some reason in the world today, when you upgrade, you change, you become different and stuff like that. But that's probably because people nowadays are so, I guess you can say, afraid of something that's different. And change is the number one definition of something different. Pretty obvious fact of it being. But the whole concept when I was thinking about it was that I should have never even dipped back into the past, because the situation could have got worse, and it made me realize that a lot of things that happened in the past might have happened in the past so it could teach me that lesson. Because some things only happen, for a reason. Some things happen, just because you possibly might have that bad luck of it, or whatever you want to call it, like that. And with her, I had realized that the reason me and her went out the reason that things happened the way it did was probably for the lesson that I learned, that sometimes people come into your life for a moment, and that is a momentary lesson or a momentary flaw or mistake, whichever one you would like to phrase it as. But however, some people also come into this world, for a little longer, like a season, a whole pregnancy trimester. Like those type of distances, you guys are going to have to get used to my metaphors. It makes sense, but some of them are just a little, anyways, with the case may being, everybody comes into your life for a specific reason, and I guess that a lot of times when dealing with the past, we don't really have a good way of deciphering what is something that was learned for a reason and should be just kept that way, and what was learned to be, I guess, how would you put, revisited? Because not everything could, should, or will be, you feel me, revisited from your past. Some things are all to stay in the past. And I guess the realization of a lot of people is just a simple fact of the matter that, you know, those things that was in the past, even though they had so many issues, not so many, but issues, I will say, and flaws between you and whomever that significant person was, you know, it was so good, everything was so nice, but however, the sad part about it was that, you know, it wasn't really worth it. It was kind of like alcohol.
Alright, ball man, don't play no game.
It's like, hold on one second. It's a truck passing. It's like loud about. But however, it's kind of like a lot of things from our past feel good and might have satisfied us, but like I said, it's like alcohol. Alcohol can make you momentarily forget about something. For some people, momentarily make them feel better. Some people just take them to that place they don't want to be, but they prefer because it's somewhere away for them, because they can't get that, you know, literal and or physical away. And, you know, that happens for that time period, however long it may last, because, you know, everybody's different. And with the purpose of what you're doing that for is also going to have an effect on how long that is going to affect you. And after it's over and everything is done, you still feel like shit. Excuse my language. You know, and everything, but you just had that momentary happiness or satisfaction, if you want to call it. And everything else after that point just becomes a, not an addiction, but, you feel me, somewhat of an addiction to get back that same feeling, but trying to get it to go longer, you know, because it's kind of like finding a healthy relationship is like going cold turkey. It's very, very hard at first, but not everybody can go through it, because not everybody wants to keep starting over and all that other stuff. But if you do, in the end, in the long run, as they put it, it's more beneficial, you know, for the self and for the, you know, the relationship. But I guess the whole concept of being is just that you have to be able to decipher in your life what is something that can be rekindled, what is something that can be repaired, and what is something that should stay where it already was. If that makes sense. And you know, not everybody's past is something that can be revisited, but not everybody has a past that should be revisited. But that's just some food for thought for today. Thank you very much for joining in. Hope you guys enjoyed this little food for thought. That's basically the whole basis of it. You know, it jumps to a lot of you know, minor topics within a major one, but it all cycles together. But thank you very much once again. Another video will be up soon. Please comment. Any reviews, feedback would be very beneficial. And new video will be up soon. Hope you guys enjoy. You guys have a nice one.